Hello everyone and welcome back to Crohn's Warrior Wrestling and the final part of Show 3. As I mentioned in the last video, the next match is going to be a number 1 contenders match for the Quick Draw Championship, and the winner of this match and a match next week will go on to fight it out at the pay-per-view for the title. So then anyone can fight it out in the Quick Draw Championship, and we're joined by the glorious one Bobby Roode. So let's see who else wants a shot at that Quick Draw Championship. And I think it's fair to say it's going to be a tough one for Bobby Roode. And Goldberg, known for ending matches early and having a massive streak in WCW of I think it was over 600 matches without a loss. We've just been updated, that number has just gone up to 624. The rules for this match then: 2 out of 3 falls. Falls count anywhere, and this should hopefully set up for some quick paced action. Here we go then, Bobby Roode v Goldberg, and Goldberg wasted no time at all, straight into a jackhammer and a pin. Is Goldberg gonna get an early 3 count? And Bobby Roode just kicks out. What a start then from Goldberg, hitting Bobby Roode with his finisher straight away. And can Bobby Roode now build some momentum and start fighting back the glorious DDT? And out of nowhere now it might be Bobby Roode looking for a 1-2-3. And Goldberg just kicks out. What a start to this number 1 contendership match. Both wrestlers hitting the finishers early, but Goldberg's still able to get the upper hand on Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode catches the leg and starts to wear down the left leg of Goldberg. He could go for a submission if he wants, but either way, taking Goldberg's leg seems like a good idea. And I think Goldberg's just been busted open. He has, bleeding from the forehead. As it's Bobby Roode now getting the upper hand, and he goes for another pinfall. And Goldberg kicks out at 2. And Goldberg now, can he get something going with the sight of his own blood? No, he can't. He went for the military press, and Bobby Roode reverses with a DDT. A big slam from Bobby Roode. He's got to feel now that he's getting the upper hand in this match, as he goes after Goldberg's legs again. Tries another pin. 2, and another kick out by Goldberg. Bobby Roode now makes another mistake and takes one hell of a clothesline. And it looks like Goldberg now setting up for something big. He's going for the jackhammer again. I think this is going to be the first pinfall. No, and Bobby Roode just kicks out on 2. Still no pinfalls scored yet in this 2 out of 3 match. But I think Goldberg is slowly losing it. A big shoulder tackle by Goldberg, but Bobby Roode straight back to his feet. Back body drop from Goldberg. Tells Roode to get up again. And a spine buster. A big string of moves there from Goldberg, but Bobby Roode's still fighting on. Now trying to take Goldberg's arms away from him as well. Who's gonna get the first pinfall then in this match? And another glorious DDT. Will he go for the pin? Surely Bobby Roode can get a 3 count this time. 2, 3, and it's 1-0 to Bobby Roode. And Bobby Roode now taking the upper hand in this match. But Goldberg coming straight back with a pump handle slam. And it looks like Roode might be going for the ride again. And can Goldberg now level it up? 2, and a kick out by Bobby Roode. Well, I think Goldberg thought this were going to be a walk in the park. But he is currently losing this match. As Bobby Roode thrown about like a rag doll by Goldberg. I think it's just going to take one big move and Goldberg might be able to get himself back in this one. And this time it's Bobby Roode with the reversal. Goldberg goes for a wild kick and he misses. Bobby Roode throws him into the turnbuckle. And Goldberg now overpowering Roode again. What's Goldberg going for here? What a massive powerbomb. And now what's Goldberg looking for here? He hits it with a spear. It was a little bit close, but it seems to have done the damage. And is Goldberg going to level it up 1-1? Oh, that was a mighty close count there, but somehow again Bobby Roode kicks out. Goldberg must be wondering what he's got to do to win this match. Bobby Roode with another reversal. And into another spine buster. This match has been so far back and forth. But Bobby Roode is still winning 1-0. As Goldberg says that's it for the 3rd time. Bobby Roode now wrenching the arm of Goldberg again. It's definitely worked on every single body part. A nice slam there by Roode. Maybe looking for the DDT again. But Goldberg catching the leg and a massive clothesline. And Goldberg now setting Roode up again for another jackhammer. And I think the referee there just gave a technical knockout. It's 1-1, and if Goldberg gets this, he's won. Oh my god, what a quick ending by Goldberg. He got the technical knockout on the jackhammer and then went for the pinfall, and Bobby Roode stayed down for the 3. And he's got to feel a little bit screwed over there, but that's how this quick draw championship is going to be. 2 or 3 falls by any means necessary. Pinfall, submission, KO, and maybe even when it comes down to it, elimination. So then whoever wins the other match next week on the show will be facing Goldberg at the pay-per-view for the Quick Draw Championship. Coming up next, it's the NWO against D-Generation X and Daniel Bryan in a Hell in a Cell. And this is a rivalry now that's been going on for the last couple of weeks, and it will come to a head at the next pay-per-view. But next week the NWO are going to have to prove themselves if they want a shot at them titles. And tonight would definitely be a good place to start in this 6-man Hell in a Cell. So here come the NWO. Got Kevin Nash, Scott Hall and Sting. And we are being told that next week it will be Kevin Nash, Big E and Bray Wyatt in a triple threat match. And whoever wins that will go on to face D-Generation X at the pay-per-view. And we're also hearing that Daniel Bryan has got a surprise for Sting next week, as he will get a #1 contendership match at once again the picking of Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan's choices so far have been very interesting and a big problem for the NWO, And Kevin Nash and Scott Hall especially, who lost the tag team championships to these two, D-Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, who are now the Crohn's Warrior tag team champions. And they're going to be joined by the Crohn's Warrior world champion Daniel Bryan. And here comes the world champion with the Yes title. He was unofficially given that title to carry into the pay-per-view, but he did somehow leave in that match as the champion. So let the madness begin, and first pinfall will win this one. And it's going to be interesting to see how Daniel Bryan and DX work together. The NWO already on the same page. And the Hell in a Cell, a very confined and dangerous place. And at the moment, Daniel Bryan getting the best of Kevin Nash, or he was until he took some knees to the face. Meanwhile, Triple H and Scott Hall battling it out. No strangers, in fact friends. In fact, Daniel Bryan and Sting, the odd ones out here. 4 of them men are the Clique. But that's clearly all been put aside for tonight. We got Sting here laid out on the floor, not moving. And Kevin Nash on the outside, stuck in a DX sandwich. But he's ploughing Kevin Nash all around this cage. And Sting now finally makes it to his feet, looking to go after Shawn Michaels. You thought his main target would be Daniel Bryan in this match. And Kevin Nash looks like he could do with a hand in the ring. And he gets one from Scott Hall. And at least in the ring, the NWO in control. But Michaels now tosses Sting to the floor. Remember, this is first pinfall wins, so all wrestlers need to keep an eye on each other. As we learned in the women's cage match earlier, Nikki Bella able to become #1 contender, while Charlotte Flair was too busy ramming Ronda Rousey's head into the cell. And Shawn Michaels now face first into the cell, along with Sting. What a shot from Triple H that was. Was pretty much like having an invisible sledgehammer. And at the moment, the NWO looking in a bad way. Kevin Nash out on the Hell in a Cell. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Daniel Bryan has got Scott Hall in the Yes Lock. And Kevin Nash finally able to break it up. That could have been at the end of the match right there. Daniel Bryan now rolls to the outside of the apron as the NWO are celebrating. Shawn Michaels might need to turn round, and he does, and kicks Scott Hall's head off. But he needs to watch out again now as he's got Kevin Nash on his back. And Shawn Michaels reverses again and plows Nash into the corner. But Scott Hall back up now. Shawn Michaels definitely representing this team. But finally the NWO proving to be too much. And Scott Hall now maybe looking to set up something big. Can Triple H stop this? And he does. And I think Scott Hall were busted open then. Daniel Bryan kicked him in the face as well. Sting sliding back in. Hopefully he can help out. As Kevin Nash still laid out on the outside. And the fans are going absolutely crazy for Triple H. Meanwhile, fatality from Sting on Shawn Michaels. On the damaged neck of Michaels. But this is what it means about keeping an eye on other wrestlers. As in the corner, Triple H has gone for a pedigree. And he goes for the pin. And Sting just breaks it up. And now on the other side of the ring, Kevin Nash going for a jackknife powerbomb on Bryan. And he goes for a pin. And Triple H breaks it up, and still this match goes on. Still then in this match, neither team really got the upper hand. Both teams coming close to getting a pinfall. And Triple H now building momentum again. And Scott Hall fell down before he could take hold of him, and Scott Hall now rolls to the outside, leaving Sting with Daniel Bryan and Triple H. And Triple H feeling like this might be it. And Daniel Bryan now punishing Sting with the yes kicks. And if anyone's seen Kevin Nash, then please drop a comment in the comments below, because we do seem to have lost him. And Daniel Bryan just tosses Sting out, leaving Team DX the only team left. And very unwisely now, Michaels and Bryan both gone to the top, and then very wisely get back down and get back in the ring. And here comes Nash now. It turns out we've found him. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Triple H a pin. Daniel Bryan thinks it's done, but it's not. Scott Hall breaks up the pinfall. And now Daniel Bryan goes for a pin on Sting. Is Daniel Bryan gonna pin Sting? No, he's not. Sting kicks out on a close 3. And in the corner, Scott Hall looking a little bit worse for wear. Sting goes for the submission, but that's quickly broken up. This match now has been going on for quite some time, and there's bodies laid everywhere. Sting determined to wear down Daniel Bryan. He goes for a super kick and Bryan reverses, and Sting quickly runs away. But Daniel Bryan back on him again, gets him in a headlock, wastes way too much time. And Triple H still getting the better of Scott Hall, and I think he's going for the pedigree. Kevin Nash trying to get to his feet. Can he break up the pin? Is Daniel Bryan right to celebrate? He is. And Team Triple H apparently, along with Shawn Michaels and Daniel Bryan, beat the NWO again, who have had another terrible evening. But next week is where it's gonna count. Can Kevin Nash beat Big E and Bray Wyatt in that triple threat match next week? And will Sting be able to beat his mystery opponent? Or will the NWO not be appearing at the pay-per-view? We'll find out in show number 4. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.